Kellen here at the SI Factory. Today I got Kenny and Eddie with me. We are going to build a Zero Edge Pro using the Slate material. That way we can kind of show you little spots where you kind of want to watch out and basically make your install pretty smooth and easy. The first thing that Kenny and Eddie are going to do is they're basically going to pull their corner brackets out of the hardware kit, and they're basically going to slide them into the frame. That way they can connect all four pieces of the frame together. One thing you want to check before you go to basically connect the frame pieces all together is if you have any type of flown kit option or AT material. There are extra pieces that you'll want to slide into the frame before you go and attach the frame together. That way you don't have to take it apart if you miss sliding in a piece. They've basically, hand tightened these. They're going to check to make sure this frame is square. On the Zero Edge Pro product, it is very, very critical that this frame is perfectly square. And tighten everything down. They know that they're square, so they're just going to tighten everything in. If you purchase your screen and you chose one of the LED options, you'll see that there are channel nuts already loaded into the bottom horizontal frame piece. You'll also see the hole where your LED lights are going to come through. So if you purchase it with the LED option, this is at the point where you would basically connect the LED harness to those brackets that are already included into the frame. And so you would just connect that, and that's how you attach your LED assembly plate to the frame. Basically going to remove the frame out of the equation. They're going to lay the material out, and then we'll lay the frame back on top of the material. Do not use a blade to cut this open. If you use a blade, you run the risk of cutting into the material. They will lay this frame down right on top of the material. They're going to start spreading out their snaps to match up with the snaps on the material. Now in the snapping sequence, the first thing that you want to do is you want to snap in these corners. Next, once you have your corners attached, you're just going to start in the center. So center on one side of the horizontal, center on the other side, and then we're going to do the center on the verticals. Once you have all the material snapped, you just kind of want to check the edges. You should be nice and flat. Okay, if you see any ridges or wrinkles, you'll just want to kind of unsnap, smooth out the material, but you want to be nice and flat. We look like we're all flat here, so what they're going to do now is they're just going to flip it onto its backside. Once you flip it over, you should be able to see that your viewing surface is perfectly flat. So as you can see in here, we are perfectly flat, so everything's good. So we can go ahead and advance to the next step, which is attaching the trim. Once you put this trim on, you'll basically feel it just pop right into place on the back. You shouldn't have to use a lot of force, and he's just going to use the same motion, and he's going to make sure that he's nice and flush right here. The next step they're going to do is they're going to install the final Allen screw to basically lock in the frame. You're going to get your SI acrylic logo out of the hardware kit, and it'll basically just attach right in the middle on your lower horizontal frame piece. This screen is ready to be mounted on the wall. You'd basically put your two wall brackets up, and then you can just hang this just like a picture frame, and you're all good to go.